Our guest today is a lot like this car. He's traveled many a road, encountered a lot of potholes along the way, but has always managed to zip ahead. He is a Mumbaikar and, yes, connected to the entertainment industry. And he's revolutionized television as we know it, bringing KBC and Amitabh Bachchan to our small screens, and is responsible for the phenomenon we now call Saas Bahu serial. I am talking about Sameer Nair.
Sameer Nair is a well-known name in the entertainment industry. He brought us the #1 show on Indian television, Kaun Banega Crorepati, and commissioned Kyunki Saas Kabhi Bahu of Balaji Telefilms on Star TV. Over the years, Sameer has taken charge of Star TV, Balaji Telefilms, and is now at the helm of Applause Entertainment.
8 a.m. I'm here at Sameer's office, trying to go inside, meet him, and also figure out how this early bird manages his life. Good morning.
How are you doing?
Good. Good to meet you, and thank you for having us in here.
Not at all. Come. What can I offer you? Some coffee?
Coffee would be great. Yeah.
Okay.
How are you doing?
I've just moved in, so it's a bit bare, so forgive that.
Just still getting
My
there.
bookshelves have to be filled.
This is, in a sense, new and yet not new, isn't it? Both has a, let's say, a business area for you and also the company itself.
Yeah, I mean, Applause actually existed as a company, 10 years ago. And in fact, there's some good movies. Most notable was the movie Black of Mr. Bhansali, who's in the news now again, so that's sort of good timing. But yeah, so I mean, it's sort of, we took the same name and building it forward, but it's a new business. In the sense is that the business that we are now doing is a new business, looking to create content in both the film and digital space. We'll do film, of course we'll do film. But film is a sort of, it's a passion thing. And you've got to do films that you really want to do, and and films also tend to become like a 1-0 game. So when you want to build a big, solid, scalable business, I think the series business and the digital platforms and all of that is like the business of tomorrow. TV is a bit last century now.
I mean, on the one hand, the content is similar to what was on TV, I suppose, but on the other hand, even the the genre itself, the digital genre, just gives you so much flexibility, widens your boundary in terms of what that content could be.
Actually, it's not similar to TV. What happened in India is that Indian television sort of missed a big evolutionary step in what we call premium television. We never had our HBO and Showtime moment. So like, after we did KBC and then Kyunki and Kahani and all the daily soaps, in the last 18-20 years, Indian television, fiction drama on Indian television has been dominated by the daily soap opera.
And kind of stagnated.
So and it's just there. I mean, so what we did in 2000 is still pretty much going on today. So in effect, we never did Our Sopranos, we never did House of Cards, we never did Dexter, we never did all of that. Now the opportunity is to do that and to also reach audiences directly through all this tech, between the platforms and the telecom operators and the internet per se.
But do you think that, of course, while the scope for a Netflix or a Amazon Prime to grow is still massive, do you think there needs to be a homegrown player there as well, or at least now that that is a sort of mission statement for the company, do you have like an idea in terms of revenue split? What part of the business is going to focus on this kind of content, this digital content, and what part will do film, or will it be serendipitous?
Well, actually, a large part of the business is focused on the digital content. Film is really something, as I say, that I got to love it, not just like it. Because, so it's not target. Film is, there's no such thing, like I'm not setting Applause up as a studio that will do a slate of 10 to 12 movies in a year and all that, because then that's usually the recipe for disaster. So film is, things that will happen. And they, in the industry, they love to say that every film has its own destiny. So I'm really going with that line.
All right, so something will happen, I agree.
Super.
On that note, I guess
So
we should, yeah.
All right.
Lots to do.
Let's go.
It's the new Q7, as you can see, it's flagship of the range. And yeah.
It's a good looking car.
Yeah, it is.
It's just come out.
It's been around a while, but the petrol just came out short while ago.
Super. So let me take you for breakfast. Let's go to the drawing room in Bandra. It's one of my favorite places.
Looking
Let's
forward.
check it out.
All right, so I'm going to drive.
Super. You go first.
First impressions on the car, though, you like?
Very nice.
Yeah.
It's really, I mean, I'm quite impressed actually because I've not been in this one before. And it's really nice and spacious. The
Right.
front is really good, very smooth.
Let me start by asking you, how it all started in a sense, because when I was actually reading up on some of your background, most people wouldn't take you for having, well, maybe an economics background, yes, but hotel management. How did that all start for you?
Yeah, actually the way it played out was, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a physicist. I thought that's what I should do. I was short, I used to wear glasses, I looked like Dilton Doily, and I sort of, I fit the bill all the way to first year BSc. So, so that obviously has profound effects on you emotionally and psychologically and all of that.
I was short and wore glasses in school, so I know what you mean.
Then I did hotel management because, the whole science thing wasn't cutting it. So I did hotel management. And then I got into the media business. So I'm essentially a storyteller at heart. That's what I like to do. It took me a few, sort of blind alleys and wrong turns to get there. So I knew I wanted to be in advertising and all of that, but it took me the longest time to get into it. That's why after doing hotel management, I had to get into Yellow Pages, from where then I went into advertising, where then I got a chance to get into film and television, which then became my sort of vocation.
No, but even before Yellow Pages advertising happened, you tried to do the entrepreneurial thing.
I did.
You wanted to get into the food business.
Food business. I finished hotel management. I came to Bombay. Actually, I had come to Bombay to give an interview to join the Leela. So that didn't happen. And then by then I decided that I wanted to do something entrepreneurial. So two of my friends came down from Chennai. We set up this, really high-end home party catering business. So we did one or two, and then that didn't sort of work out because we were obviously inexperienced, and it was way ahead, and and there was nothing there. Then they went off, and I said, well, I'm going to go it alone. So I continued to. Then I set up a kitchen in my home in Andheri, and I used to make chicken rolls, which I used to sell to a shop in town. So I used to go and get. No, I used to run these really crazy 20-hour days where and I was fully intense and I was into it and I was all alone, so I was doing it.
At that time, you couldn't have known or did you start to think media at that point?
No, not at all. Actually, at that time, then when my mother said that, listen, you've got to stop this, it's not going anywhere, let's get a proper job. So I applied to Eureka Forbes and to Yellow Pages at that time, which was just opening. And I got the interview call in both. I got both, and I took Yellow Pages because they were paying me 100 rupees more. So then I got into Yellow Pages. But then after I got into Yellow Pages, I was there. I was happy because it was media, and I've always been keen on advertising. But it took its time. Yellow Pages was good primarily because then it suddenly, it put me into the ultimate deep end of every possible pool. We were walking around with a big fat telephone directory and saying, this is going to change your life. And though if you look at it interestingly enough, now 25 years on, what are all the apps if not Yellow Pages? So I did that for 2 years, and then I got a chance to go to Chennai. My parents were in Chennai, so then I moved to Chennai. I got a job in Goldwire Communications, which was a breakaway from Lintas.
Lintas, yeah.
And they used to handle the MRFP. I got the job. My family got into servicing. So I got lucky in that sense because I arrived there and within a month of me joining, and I sort of inherited the film and television department. And it turned out that I took to it like a fish sticks to water. I really liked it.
You chanced upon it.
I chanced upon it. So I was in Goldwire for about 3 years after that. And then I left and I turned independent. I became an independent filmmaker, which is what everyone tends to do. All good.
Comfy couch. Sorry, I went straight for the comfy couch.
No, it's good. I prefer the chair.
Do you have like a regimen that you follow? Early breakfast or?
No, I wake up. I've started doing yoga now, so that's a new thing in my life. So I'm quite kicked with that. So I do that on alternate days. Otherwise, it's the same drill. I mean, I wake up early. I'm an early riser, so I wake up early. Then I read the papers. I still do. Then after all of that, then I usually nowadays what I've been doing for a long time now is I eat breakfast and watch the morning news. So it's like quite a thing to be doing. I sort of sleep late. I wake up early. But I think they say it's a sign of age. So who knows? And I read a lot. I watch a lot of TV. I try and get as much work that can be done.
We were talking while driving over here about how you got the call from Hong Kong.
Right.
At the time, did you think much of it, or was it just, hey, here's something interesting?
Actually, because I'm working at MRF and doing a lot of sports commercials, and MRF was big on sport, as part of their advertising. So in my head, I wanted to be a sports producer. And I thought that if I get the job in Star, and if I'm able to go to Hong Kong and become a sports,
Like going into Star Sport.
to be there, and that would sort of work out really well. So I applied with much excitement, saying that let's do this. And so I didn't get a reply from them. I didn't get a reply from Star Plus, which was the channel at the time. And instead, about a month later, I got a fax. They used to still be there in those days, from Star Movies. So I joined Star in Bombay. So what happened in the end of '99 is that the Star Z joint venture came to an end. And I think Z paid us a big truckload of cash to buy out the stake and sort of, put an end to it. So the year 2000, the new millennium, the new year, the new century, opened with Star being independent. And, well, we just got on with it straight away because I had seen Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in July '99. But I sort of parked it saying that, how are we going to do this? It looks expensive and we are half Hindi, half English. I don't know how that works. So the minute Jan 2000 happened, the first thing we did was pull Who Wants to Be a Millionaire out of the drawer and hire Siddhant Basu and go meet Mr. Bachchan.
Because at the time, in the Indian context, to get somebody, even if, talking about a legendary star like Mr. Bachchan, to become a game show host was not probably, it was probably a hard sell.
But actually, it was his exact line. He said that, what are you doing to me? You're making me a game show host. And, but to be fair to him, and because see, finally, at the end of the day, it was his decision and he took it, It was a decision to be taken. See, because the family was not for it. Everybody would react in this manner. In fact, I remember a lot of the initial press was that, superstar reduced to the small screen, all of that kind of stuff. So, I mean, the only two people who sort of really believed in this was him and me.
And the thing with, this magic that got created with Balaji and these soap operas, was there like a plan or was it something that kind of happened as an evolution?
So at that time, Star very quickly used to react to our own success and do more of it. We got to a point where we were 100 of the top 100 shows and we were like some 800 GRPs and we were more than triple the other two networks combined.
We're going to quickly dig into our breakfast, then go into a very short break and join us on the other side as we hit the road once again and figure out some of the capabilities of the car too.